Welcome into this edition of the Volin' Out podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, here with my co-host, Swanny. Man, how's it going? It's been a minute since we've been on the mic, ain't it?
It's been a while. Long summer.
It has.
But we're almost through it, man. We're almost through it. It's almost time.
We're dark and curly away from our favorite time of the year, ain't we?
Oh, yeah. So. And let me just say, a week ago today, my life really had no meaning. And this week, now that college football 25 is out, I'm landing 5-star recruits at Tennessee and kicking Georgia's ass. And, life just comes at you fast.
It comes at you fast. Sometimes you're the bug, sometimes you're the windshield,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I got it too, and I love it. I love it.
I've not talked to anybody who doesn't have it. I don't know. I mean, I've been pretty much at home since Friday, just recruiting, just trying to get kids to come to my school.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a blast. It's a blast. The 11-year wait for that game to come out, and it's worth all the hype.
It really is. I enjoy it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's fun. I've waited, just like you said, 11 years, and it's worth the wait for sure. We gonna get into a little dynasty action ourselves here before long, I do believe.
We need to. I've got a couple going right now, but it's just so much fun. I don't want to. I can't imagine myself. I'm not worried about Madden this year at all.
For sure.
That's not happening.
Right, especially when you play on All-American or Heisman, you get the same
yeah. The presentation on it is just so good, man. When you play at any stadium on the game, and it feels
it's
like
legit. Yeah. Yeah.
I love when you score a touchdown and the camera kind of pans in and down and it looks up and you see all the people cheering. Like, it's insane.
They definitely did not spare any detail with this one.
No, they did not.
So it's
good. Oh yeah,
they do. Like I told you the other night, I want to see that white top, black pants, black helmet combo.
I'm not mad at it.
I'd love to see it. Or even the orange helmet. I know your thoughts on the orange helmet. I know. But that orange helmet.
Have I cursed the orange helmet in the past?
You have.
I'm sure. Well,
you got good reason though.
I don't like it. I mean, I like the helmet. I hope we see it again.
I think we will this year. But hey, we're on uniforms though. How about those new smoky grays, dude?
Oh, they're beautiful. I love them. It's the best smoky gray they've done, I think. Every detail on it is fantastic. And there's people on the internet who just hate everything we do. It should always be orange and white. And it's like, okay, old man. It's just
whatever.
Chill. It's what the kids want, for one. And two,
right.
Those jerseys are awesome.
They are. One thing, if I could add anything, change anything, which they're perfect the way they are, but if I could do one thing with them, I wish they would have put the power tee on one side of the helmet and the TriStar on the other side.
That would have been cool. We got the TriStars on the sleeve. Right?
That's the only thing.
You don't want to overdo it, but yeah, I would. I like the TriStar on the helmet idea.
I would like to see that, but other than that,
my favorite detail on those jerseys are the stripe on the helmet where it's done like the state flag. That's my favorite detail on the whole thing.
Yeah, I like that.
Going back to the orange helmets, I would like to see us go orange top, orange hat, orange top, orange bottom. Just straight, just all orange. One time.
Do it. I'd say it'll happen. I'm looking forward to that day. Since then, though, since all this has happened, since we've last been on, we won a national championship, son.
We're champs, baby. Feels good.
Yeah, it does, man, and they deserved it, man. They done exactly what they were supposed to do. It was nice to see a Tennessee team go out and do what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, after years of watching us, kind of choke in big situations like that, and we had the team 2 years ago that was like the greatest baseball team ever, and then they lost in the Super. They didn't even make the World Series. And then
Yeah.
to come back this year, we went to the World Series last year, and then there were articles out there that said this was going to be a down year for Tennessee. And so I thought, I was like, well, it's baseball. I'm going to keep my expectations low anyway. And we just kept winning. I don't think we lost a single series all year.
We lost one.
That's right. We lost one, but and that was to Alabama.
Very first series of the year. Yep. Or of the SEC season.
Of the SEC season, yeah.
Yeah.
But coming down, we went down 1-0 in several series during the season, and came back and won, and that's exactly how we won in the championship. And it was just there's a lot can be said. Nothing that's not already been said about the team. It's been a month since that happened, and the excitement's kind of died down. But we had a couple guys drafted off the team, and it's just been Tony Vitello is recruiting his ass off now. Still,
yeah,
we just landed like 3 of the top 4 portal guys. A bunch of high school kids are coming. We're going to be
one guy
before
went the draft.
Yeah.
So that tells you a lot about where we're at right now.
It wasn't a one-off thing. We've been the most dominant baseball program over the last 5 years, and now we've got a title to back it up, and there's no end in sight. I agree with I forget who the kid was after the game who said that they need to sign Tony V to a lifetime. It might have been Dylan Dreiling, but yeah, let's get him locked up.
Absolutely,
rename the baseball field.
Yeah. Pull Bama. Nick Saban Field now. Though, too, man. With Tony V, I mean, I want to say something about his coaching. He played that series perfectly. He strutted out. Not our best pitcher that first game. Saved our aces for the last 2. And, I mean, he played it out the way a good coach should have played it out. He thought it out. There was no change in his rotation. That's been his rotation. He's thought it throughout the College World Series. He thought it out, and he stuck with it, and it won. I mean, you can't fault it. Cannot fault it.
And just how he carries himself and how the kids kind of mimic that and how they get along together and the swagger and the fur coat and the wrestling promos, and it's so much fun. It's a good time to be a Tennessee Vol.
It is, and a bad time to be Greg McElroy because he took an exception to that. Of course, he takes an exception to everything.
To hell with Greg McElroy.
That's right. To hell with the whole state of Alabama. We don't give a damn about the whole state of Alabama. How about that?
That's right.
But all right, buddy. So, man, we've got some football to talk about. We're gonna do this first of 12 season. Yeah, we're gonna preview the whole season game by game. This is the first of those 12 episodes. So to break it down here, we got the mighty UTC Mocs. So series history, basically it boils down to the Vols and Mocs have played each other 44 times on the gridiron, with the Vols holding a 40-2 series lead. I guess 2 games just aren't recognized. I don't know. UTC has only tasted victory against the Vols twice, a 14-6 win in Knoxville on November 8th, 1958. And they also managed to beat us 5-0 in 1905. So, the Vols hold the largest margin of victory in the series at a 67-0 shutout on Halloween in 1914. Smallest margin is 4, a 10-6 victory, September 19th, 1964. The last time Tennessee played UTC was when Jeremy Pruitt led the 2019 Vols to a 45-0 victory. Highlight of his career.
That was 2019. That was a rough season. Wasn't that the year we lost to? That was Georgia State and BYU.
That was.
the same season.
It was.
Anyway,
and the thing, yeah.
So all I've read up, I've not watched any film on Chattanooga football, but I do know that they are. They're typically they're hanging around there when it comes playoff time on the FCS level. They won 8 games last year. Their quarterback is a transfer from UCLA, so I'm not. It should be an easy win for us.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be like an easy win,
right?
I don't know. That probably doesn't make much sense, but they're not.
We're not going to trot out there and just.
We might beat them 45-7.
Right.
It depending on how out of hand that score gets, we'll learn a lot about ourselves.
I think so. I know that they're a member of the SoCon. They're coached by Rusty Wright. He's in his 6th year. He's got a head coaching record of 30 and 22. He actually played at UTC as a tight end from 92 to 95. So they've got a guy that's, got some blood, sweat, and tears in the program. That always helps. They're coming off an 8-5 season. I believe you mentioned that from last year. Lost in the second round of the Division One playoffs. So, hey, that's the thing. A lot of these teams aren't bad teams. They just don't have the talent that the team that they're lining up across from does. That's really a lot of it.
Well, yeah, no 5-stars are picking Chattanooga.
Right.
These schools are for like the kids who didn't meet the grade recommendations or the grade, like the GPA level at UT or Alabama or whatever.
Right. But we've kind of talked about it, and I think you and I agree this will probably be a short and sweet preview, but we're gonna make the most of it. On paper, you and I just kind of touched on it. Game shouldn't be close. What's the most important thing we need to see out of this? Like what do you want to see come out of this game?
I want to see defense. I want to see how the defense looks. And then I want to see.
That's one thing I want to see too. I want to see them.
Go ahead.
I want to see the defense look dominant against a team that they should. It's been a while since we've seen that. Last year, even especially there, kind of towards the end of the season, you didn't see a whole lot of it. Of course, we had some guys banged up, but that's what I want to see. I want to see the defense go out and just dominate the line of scrimmage. Don't give them nothing.
Yeah, that would be our front seven is going to be a force to be reckoned with. It's the backside, I think, that's going to be our biggest problem this year. But yeah, like you said, you want to see them dominate the at the line of scrimmage, and on offense, just a very limited amount of 3-and-outs. I don't want to see any 3-and-outs.
I think offensively, what I want to see is let's go out. I want to see the offensive line get confident and be able to just pound the ball down their throat all game long. Just do it. If you want to turn around and hand it off, let them know you're doing it. Say, hey, I'm handing the ball off. It's on you to stop it. Get that offensive line some confidence. Let them go out and hit some people in the mouth. Don't care to see Nico throw it 30 times. If Nico's throwing it 30 times in this game, that's not good.
It's not a good sign, yeah. I'd say sub 20 pass attempts, carries for at least – I want to see at least 4 running backs. You know what I mean? I want to see what we've got back there. And hopefully we're beating them. The game's well in hand enough to play your 4th stringer or whoever the backup quarterback is. Is it Gaston or is it going to be Merklinger?
I think it's going to end up being Gaston, and I think it should be him. To be honest with you, from looking at watching the orange and white game a little bit and stuff like that, I think he's got a better grasp of the offense than I'd say. He probably honestly has a better grasp of the offense than Nico. He's just not as talented. He's been in it for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? But I want to see that. I do want to see Nico uncork a deep ball. I feel like we've yet to see that. Just one. That's all I want to see. Just one. But I think do it. I think in this game though, we always talk about it, but the main thing too, let's get that lead, let's get out of there, let's get everybody healthy out of that game. This is a game you don't want to lose somebody in. I mean, you don't want to lose somebody in any game, but this is one of those games where you don't want to lose one of your stars.
It's not ideal. Yeah, it's not the first game of the year.
No, you need to hold something back in the first game of the year, Brent.
Yeah.
So, we talked about wanting to see the Young Bucks. If we don't, we're in trouble. But I think we'll see plenty of them. So, from each side of the ball, what we kind of touched on that too. What do you want to see? What do I want to see? Let's go 3 things we want to see and agree on it here. I think we've kind of done that, but dominate the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got? Yeah.
I was just gonna say we were talking about seeing the backups and stuff. Like, yeah, that means the game's well in hand, but it also those guys. I mean, what's the ultimate goal for this season? Make the college football playoff. If
I think so.
Get there, then we can't just be 1 or 2 deep in some spots. We've got to be 3, 4, 5 guys deep, and at defensive back, at running back, at wide receiver, our O line, our D line. We got to have guys behind the guys.
Yes.
That's really why I want to see them. Obviously, like you said, that means the game's in hand if the backups are in. But we also we have to be ready for next man up when Bama comes to town or when we have to go to Athens.
Sure, I agree with that. I think the third and final thing out of this that I really think you would probably agree with this too. I feel like our secondary is going to get plenty of opportunities in this game. Granted, it's not the best talent we're going to be playing against, but I want to see that they've improved because you got to think, UTC is going to be down. You would think they're going to be down four touchdowns, maybe 5. They're going to try to throw the ball, run their offense. Might be a good game for them to get some work in. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. I want to see that the secondary's somewhat improved. It's not going to be a great measuring stick for them, but I do want to see that they're taking steps in the right direction. So I think we'll have a grasp on what the secondary is going to look like. Potentially. Probably won't get that though. Probably won't get a real good idea of that till maybe the next game that we talk about. But we'll see. So final score prediction on this one. What you got?
I should have just simmed the season and had the whole thing.
Right.
Had it ready right here. Here's stats and everything.
Right.
No, I would say what I would like to see is 45-13 ish.
Yeah, right.
Maybe 10, 45-10.
I could see that.
7 on our backups.
Right. They get something in garbage time, something, yeah.
Yeah. But
okay.
Have it in hand by halftime. And let's get our guys off the field.
I'm gonna say 35-3. I don't think we go out there, we put up a lot on offense. I don't think we're gonna want to show a lot on offense. We shouldn't have to show a lot on offense, honestly.
We shouldn't.
So I think I'm gonna go 35-3. So you're going, I'm gonna write this down too in my notes here. So I went 35-3, you're going 45-10.
Yeah.
All right.
And here's what I could see happening is it's 35-3 at halftime. The backups come in and it ends up 45-10 or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, easily
take the foot off the gas and melt the clock and get out.
Easily. But at the same time, I'm like, let the backups throw up 35 too. Let's see what happens.
Let's see if they can.
Yeah. I mean, so. Well, buddy, I think that wraps us up on this one. Like we said, it's going to be short and sweet, and we'll end this one how we always end it with a Go Vols.
Shout out one of my favorite players played at Chattanooga, Terrell Owens.
T.O., baby. And then
Vols.
he gets mollywopped at the 50-yard line. I loved it, though. It was the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas sucks.